at that point.
And was he eventually transported to an area where he was later interviewed?
Yes, sir.
Now, who ended up transporting him to that Marion County office?
Me and Officer LeBay.
Okay. Now, did you and Officer LeBay take any part in the actual questioning or talking to him at the station?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, during this time, did you and Officer LeBay have body-worn cameras?
Yes, sir.
Were they recording and were they working and functional at that time?
Yes, sir.
Have you had an opportunity to review not only your body-worn camera, but Officer LeBay's body-worn camera?
Yes, sir.
Is it fair to say that Officer LeBay's body-worn camera kind of captures the events a little bit better than yours?
Very.
Okay. But you were there the entire time that Officer LeBay's body-worn camera was recording?
Yes, sir. By the time we were positioned outside the residence, we were pretty much in tandem in the same exact area, seeing the same exact stuff.
And reviewing Officer LeBay's body-worn camera, did it accurately depict everything that you observed and what you saw that night with the defendant?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'm showing defense what's been previously marked as states as for identification, if I may approach.
Yes, sir.
Can you just take a look at this and let us know if you recognize that?
Yes, sir. I do recognize
What
it.
is that?
That is Officer LeBay's body-worn camera that I have reviewed and signed.
Okay. And again, I'm going to ask that same question. Reviewing that body-worn camera, is it a fair and accurate depiction of the events that occurred that evening when you were standing with Officer LeBay?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state removing the evidence was been previously marked as states for identification as I believe state 6.
No objection.
That objection was marked for identification. States F will be admitted evidence. States Exhibit 6.
And Your Honor, if I may publish and have access.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if you don't have anything to do, can you come out here and help set up further on? Safety, can you come help?
Yep.
Thank you.
Coughlin, need me here?
No.
Okay.
Somebody start a.
Perimeter? Yep.
Wait for that. I got him.
What's your name, bud?
Leslie Boyley Jr.
Leslie? All right, Leslie.
Okay.
Take care of it. L-E-S-L-E-Y?
Huh?
L-E-S-L-E-Y?
No, I-E. No.
Jesus, I don't think we need the station.
He's hard. She put him over here.
10 for station 10
Hey,
3
hey, sir, we're gonna step over here, okay?
Step to the trunk, okay?
So,
You all right to put your tailgate down? Take a seat on the tailgate, man?
well, what's your middle initial, sir?
Dale.
Dale? Dale, what's your last name?
Boyley.
Boyley?
Boyley.
Boyley?
B-O-I-L-E-A-U.
No, but you have on both sides.
I-L-E-A-U.
And what's your date of birth?
9/7/92.
10-7
Patty
Where'd you put the gun at?
It's all in there.
What kind of gun was it?
The AR on the counter, and she has the pistol in her lap.
Okay, which is the gun that went off?
The AR. Fuck. I told her. God damn it.
What did you see happen?
I was cleaning the guns. We were pointing them at each other.
During the cleaning process, or what was going on?
She was like, I want you to teach me how to use them. I want you to teach me how to use them. I was like, okay, we will. We were pointing them at each other, and mine went off.
You were holding the AR? Yes. All right. Just gonna hold what we got.
I know it looks really fucking bad.
That's terrible.
I didn't fucking want this to happen. I told her I did not want this to happen. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to fucking train her in the fucking house like this. Because she has no fucking gun experience.
5673.
God damn it.
Hey, do you have your? You want to drop the tailgate that you can just have a seat? There we go. Yeah,
How is she doing?
I don't know. I'm out here with you, man. I know the medics are in there. They're working on her now. Okay.
You work for MCSO?
Yes.
Yeah. How long you been with MCSO now?
8 years.
8 years.
Fuck, I know better. God damn it. I can't believe this is happening.
Are the roads clear enough for them to get through?
I know fucking better. Why the fuck was I doing? No.
Take it you're a company with MCSO?
Yes. Yeah. They pronounce it. Fuck. No. No, we were having a good fucking night. Why did I let this happen? I should not have let this happen. Fuck! Why did I let this happen? I should not have. Should have never let her go. Should not have let her. Should not have. God damn it. No! Oh, no! No! No!
Sir, what was your name again? Sorry.
Leslie Boyley.
Leslie
Dale Boyley Jr.
Boilier?
Boyley.
Boileau?
Boyley.
Okay. Boileau. How's that spelled?
Boileau. I can get you my ID.
BL. I'm sorry. He probably already.
Boileau.
Boileau. Boileau.
Yes.
Okay. I got it.
No.
BOILEA.
My ID number is MCSO 6022.
Turn on your radio cutoff.
No! No!
Your radio cut out. 10 on your request.
No!
Pleasure. Count of 679. I'll show you tonight. Call advice you can cancel. What is it?
No!
Tenacious.
No! No!
Test 30.
You have a USR on this one.
No! This is not happening! Paulina, no! No! I should not have let this happen! Why? No! No! Paulina, no! 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 God damn it! No! No! Oh no! No! God damn it, Paulina! No, you can't be God! I was so... No! No! Paulina, no! 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 No, no, no. 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 She can't be gone. She just can't be gone. No.
Don't seem to work right now, man.
They're not taking her out in the ambulance, so she's fucking dead. This isn't my first fucking rodeo. No, no, I don't want her gone. No. 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 I was so cautious. Fucking unloaded her gun. No! Can't believe. Fucking let this happen. I know better. I fucking know better. Should not have been fucking doing this. No, no, no! No. No! God, why? No!
67.
Incident 320.
10.28.
Oh, no! 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 This is not fucking happening! We had such a fucking good night! No! No, no, no! God, why? Such a good night. No! Can't believe this is happening. No, no, no. No, please, God. This is a fucking nightmare. I hope this is a fucking nightmare. I hope so. No! This is not happening right now.
That's 30 tonight.
What is it?
10.
It's like boy game.
No!
Leslie is on this side, and then this correct spelling of the last name right here. So it's Leslie. I didn't write it all down.
Please, help me. This is a fucking nightmare. Please, God, this is a nightmare.
10-4. 2600.
Sure.
No! Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my. Oh no, no. God damn it. No. She can't be gone. She can't be. I'm falling. Please, God. Please. No, 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 no. No! This can't be happening. This can't be happening. No, 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 no! Oh my God, no! Oh. No, Pauline, no, I fucking love you, I swear. No, no, No! What? What did I... No! This can't be fucking happening! This can't... No. This can't be fucking happening! No. This can't be fucking happening right now. This can't be fucking happening! No! God damn. No. This can't be fucking happening.
I'll be right back. You don't gotta take me out.
Not the point. No, she's fucking good. This can't be fucking happening.
Yeah, thank you.
This can't be fucking happening! No! No. Fuck! This can't be fucking happening.
You wait, y'all, 97?
No! God damn. No. She was so good.
679, Hotel 65, signal 50.
She can't. Oh,
65.
2200 block of North Line. Florida plate 14 Echo, Mike Victor Echo 14E MVE, black sedan.
No! Paulina! Paulina! No! 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 No, no, no! Who said you rocks?
Yeah, we're back. Come on. Okay.
97. Got a 68.2, 6920, 10-4 check.
4 check.
20.
Can't be happening. Can't be fucking happening right now. She was so fucking good. No. First. No. God damn it! No! No!
Signal 4 vehicle versus bicyclist, top of 16th Street, 27th Ave. Top of 16th Street, 27th Avenue. Still getting further. Just finally advised.
No.
There's the one.
I fucking love her. No! No!
There's the one. 10-4. Yes, on to a
No!
Here's a concept signal 4. Right to the vehicle hit a bicyclist. The bicyclist is on the ground. There's obvious injuries. Still getting further. Right?
Not to let this.
Count it. S31 E26. 10-4.
No.
Patty is supposed to signal 4. The bicycle is screaming on the ground. Unknown extensive injuries. EMS is also 51. Simply.
No! Oh my God!
Bro, go ahead.
Oh, Nina! No!
10. We're just about an additional.
No! God. No!
725 pound, good at PD 51.
10. Patty is supposed to signal 4. Caller is going to be in a black Chevy Impala. Okay. 6870, go ahead.
God damn it.
65. Yep. 97.
No!
97.
She can't be fucking gone! No! No! Holy no, I love you. God damn it, I love you. I can't fucking no! You can't be come on. No! You can't be fucking God, Paulina. No! You can't be fucking God. Oh my God.
97.
No! Paulina, no, no.
You put your glasses up on. Yeah. They wanted that. I just said some breaking.
I don't fucking.
I don't know.
I don't. No! I know better! We should not have been doing that! God damn it!
97.
God damn it! No! Why could it have been me, not her? I wish it was me! No! No! God damn it! This is not fucking fair! Why wasn't it me? I wanted to be me, not her.
Kind of 679, 621, 10 for
I
check.
knew better. What? No! No! She was so fucking good. She was a good fucking person. No!
Kind of
This
6924.
is not fucking happening.
51 at Courtyard. 3712 Southwest 35. 3712 Southwest 38. Callers advised that you need a guest room for the property. It's going to be a white male, late 20s to 30s, with dark blue clothing and a hat. Advice is between the front desk and the entrance. Advice has been walking around. 6924.
No. No, no, no.
Now, Officer Sampson, I know the body-worn camera kind of stops there, but was body-worn camera still recording the rest of the interaction all the way up to the point where you took him to the Marion County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the interaction that you had with the defendant, was it more or less the same of what we just kind of observed on this body work camera?
Yes.
Okay. I also know you did mention earlier that you and Officer LeBay took him to the to the Ocala Police Department. Besides that, did you have any other involvement in this case?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I have no further questions of this time.
Any cross-examination?
Yes, sir. Can I please report?
Yes, sir.
So, Officer Sampson, your testimony is that both you and Officer LeBay entered the home.
Yes, sir.
And you were maybe the fourth or fifth officer to go through the door?
Possibly, yes, sir.
And
I would
more
say
came
more.
in after you, didn't they?
I believe so. As soon as I was in the house and I left it.
Any idea how many police officers came into that house before EMS was allowed to enter?
Before EMS was allowed to enter, I'd say 5, maybe 6 before EMS got there.
Maybe 10?
Possibly. I don't know.
When you first walked into the house, would you agree that the kitchen table, rather than being pushed over to the side, was kind of perpendicular to the opening to the kitchen?
Yes, sir. I'd say
Right
so.
under the light.
I'd say so, yes, sir. We had to move the
Squared
table.
up like it belonged
Yeah, we had to move the table away from her.
there. And Miss Wright was sitting in a chair being held by him when you first saw him, right?
He was next to her, yes, sir.
Right. Covered in her blood.
Yes, sir.
And her chair was kind of squared up in the doorway to the kitchen.
Yes, sir.
So then your partner, Officer LeBay, moves the dining room table.
Yes, sir.
And then he moves the couch in the living room. Right?
Yes, sir.
And then he grabs a table that was next to the couch. He moves that too.
I believe so. We're at that point. We're just trying to move everything to get EMS as fast access to her as possible.
Was there an evidence officer anywhere in sight at that point?
At that point, no, an evidence officer would never be at the scene at that point in time.
Well, it's kind of messed up what they're going to find later, isn't it?
Later, yes, sir. But I mean,
Because nothing is where it was
no, sir.
when you entered.
No, sir. The first thing we do entering through the door is just quality of life, trying to save the person as fast as possible.
Okay. That's why you had to move the couch?
Yes, sir. So gurneys are very big. We try to move anything that we can think of at the time that would help the person.
Did you move or otherwise touch the long gun that was on the dining room table?
The long gun, no, I moved the table that it was resting on.
Did you see another officer move the long gun that was on the table?
I cannot advise.
Did you watch all of Officer LeBay's body camera video?
I watched the portion of that was provided on the disc.
Okay. Didn't his camera catch Officer Coughlin picking the rifle up off the table?
I cannot advise, sir.
You don't remember that?
No, sir.
And there was another gun, right?
Miss Wright was holding a gun, yes, sir.
Where was it?
In her hand.
In her
Well,
hand?
I say lap. Her hand was resting over top of it.
Okay. And an officer moved that as well.
Yes, sir.
You remember who?
I can't advise her.
McCurdy?
I assisted with moving her hand away from it, and then
And then McCurdy grabbed it.
possibly, yes, sir.
You don't remember?
Don't remember, sir.
And then you got directed by the sergeant to get Mr. Boileau away from the front of the house, right?
Yes, sir.
Out of the house first,
Yes, sir.
and then he's in the front of the house. That wasn't far enough. So then you go to the back of his vehicle.
Yes, sir.
And you and LeVay stood there with him.
Yes, sir.
And he did what we saw, what we could see.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you couldn't see him.
Mhm.
Is that because he was on the ground,
Yes, sir. He was in the ground multiple times during the video.
ripping at the grass and the dirt and rolling around and screaming?
Yes, sir.
How long did you let him do that?
I believe the video was 20 some odd minutes long.
Right. It was. It stopped at, it had the time down in the corner, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Had the date, and then it stopped at 23, 21, 40. 23 is 11 o'clock, right?
Yes, sir.
And 21 would be 11:21 p.m.
Yes, sir.
You didn't remove him from that scene until midnight.
Yes, sir.
So he did that for an hour. And you just stood there watching.
Yes, sir.
Didn't say anything other than here's your glasses, which obviously came off while he was rolling around on the ground.
Yes, sir.
You and LeBay, and you could see Sergeant Cerulli, and you could see 2 or 3 more officers just standing around this man, screaming in agony.
Yes, sir.
And you just watched.
Yes, sir.
So you and LeBay took him to the police station.
Yes, sir.
Did you stay at the police station for a while?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Because at some point, when he had to pee, you guys escorted him to the bathroom. He couldn't even use the bathroom by himself. Is
No,
that
sir.
right?
No, sir. He was detained at that point. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, when do you think he was detained?
Whenever he was in the back of a patrol car, and then whenever he was on scene, as soon as I could say when he was detained is whenever the statement came that.
While he was at the back of the truck, at one point he moved.
Yes, sir.
And somebody said, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That was me. Yes, sir. I asked him to
So
stay
you
over
didn't
here.
want him to move?
No.
Even then?
Yeah, at the very beginning of the video is whenever we had gotten wind that he was holding the gun that went off. And at that point, the questioning stopped. Everybody stopped talking because at that point, he's not free to leave.
Well, at that point, had anybody read him his constitutional rights?
No, sir, because no questions
not from
are
the
asked.
time he came out of the house until you stood there for the hour watching him thrash around,
Yes, sir.
right? I don't have any other questions, Judge.
State any redirect examination?
Just briefly. There was some questions about Miranda warnings and all of that. Was there a reason why you did not initially read Mr. Boylou Miranda warnings or give him Miranda warnings when you first got him out of the house?
Yes, sir. We were still trying to figure out what was going on at that whole scene.
At what point did you make the determination that if you were to ask any more questions, Miranda warnings would have needed to be given to Mr. Boylou?
Whenever he told me that he was holding the gun that went off when the gun was fired.
And at that point, when he made the statement that he was holding the gun that went off that was fired, did you ask him any more additional questions at that point in time?
Not a single one.
And is that why you also did not read a Miranda warning?
Yes, sir.
Now, and I think we might have asked it during my direct earlier, but I just want to confirm. Were you the individual that asked him all the questions down at the police station?
No, sir.
So would that have been whoever questioned him would have given him the Miranda warnings at that time?
Yes, sir.
No further questions, Judge.
Any recross examination?
Nothing else.
Okay, members of the jury, any of y'all have any questions of this witness? Please raise your hands. Seeing no hands, state is he released?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
No objection. No objection.
All right, sir, you're free to go about your day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Before we call another witness, Mr. O'Neill, members of the jury, does anybody need a break? If so, raise your hands. Okay, you've got a hand. All right, let's go ahead and we'll take about 11 minutes or so. We'll be back at 11:05. Leave your notepads here, face down. Remember, do not discuss the case with one another and do not use your electronic devices to communicate about the case or The jury's left the courtroom. Is there anything we need to take up before we recess? Mr. Patty, is there anything we need to take up before we recess?
No, sir.
We'll be back at 11:05.
Unless you want to revisit the motion to suppress. I doubt you do.
Well, let's wait for your client to come back, and then we can talk about it then. seated. Shetty, you had asked as we were recessing, whether or not the court would reconsider its ruling on the defendant's motion to suppress.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
I frankly didn't expect the court to reconsider.
Well, no, but I will say this. I mean, that I did not hear any additional facts today that had they been brought to light at the hearing on the motion to suppress that would have changed my ruling. I believe what Officer Sampson said was effectively implied in my ruling that at the moment they learned that he was holding the rifle when it went off, I believe at that point in time, Mirandizing him before any further questioning would have been appropriate. Additionally, I heard on the body camera, which I did not take note of during the initial hearing, that when Sergeant Diaz walked up and spoke to Sergeant Ceroli and said they were going to have somebody on him, Mr. Boileau indicated that he wasn't going anywhere, which to me indicated that to the extent that he remained fixed in the driveway, it was not because he was compelled by the officer's authority to remain there, rather that he felt compelled to stay there to see the outcome of the medical aid. I believe my order was 16 pages. I believe I addressed everything that needed to be addressed in that order. So I would not change my ruling based upon what I've heard here today.
Yes.
Okay. I told the jury until 5 after. 2-minute warning. State, can you give me a roadmap where we're going to be going from here? We have, I heard you say Bolton. Is that Darylyn Bolton?
Yes, Your Honor. Our intention or plan, I believe, would be to have Ms. Bolton testify. I believe just based off of potentially the amount of evidence coming through her and all, she'll kind of be our last witness before lunch, take lunch, and then after lunch is going to be Mr. McDaniel, Ms. Patterson, Detective Kern, and then Ms. Killinger from FDLE and Dr. Lange.
McDaniel, Patterson, Kern, Killinger
And Lange, which Patterson and McDaniel both, I don't believe, will be too terribly long, Your Honor. Mr. Foxman can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think based off of our conversations, I think we're pretty much kind of right on schedule what we were originally thinking. So
Okay. How long do you anticipate Ms. Bolton taking?
probably at least 30 to 45 minutes, I would imagine, just to go through everything. And then I'm sure Mr. Caddy may or may not have some sort of cross.
I expect.
Are you using this Pharaoh project? There was some sort of equipment used to do some sort of reconstruction or something in the home. When I approached the subject during the depositions, no one was in a position to be able to answer the questions because the witness that did it wasn't there. So,
Is that 3D crime scene reconstruction
right.
technology?
Yes. And I have some discovery, which is partially viewable, but I can't get the thing to play the way it was intended. But they're telling me they're not using it.
Correct.
Okay. Fine.
I don't think that there's anything that the scanner provided that the photos that we are going to introduce can't adequately cover or provide.
Okay. All right. Very good. Yeah. Because we've got the jury lunches arriving about 11:45. I just want to be mindful of that. Hopefully not have too much of a break before we take lunch.
Correct.
We're calling Mr. McDaniel to come early just in case we're running ahead. We can put him on because he's going to be short.
Okay. Very good. All right, are we ready to bring the jury back in?
Ready, Your Honor.
Defense ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's bring it back in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. State, you can call your next witness.
State's going to call Darylyn Bolton to the stand.
Bolton.
Yes, Bolton. And Your Honor, if I can also have access to.
Yes, sir. Well, ma'am, if you could face the clerk, raise your right hand and be sworn.
I do.
You can be seated.
Good morning. If you don't mind, can you introduce yourself to us and spell your name for the record?
Good morning. My name is Darylyn Bolton. You can spell it DARALYN.
And where do you currently work?
The Ocala Police Department.
What's your job title or duties there with the Ocala Police Department?
I'm a crime scene technician.
Can you kind of briefly explain to us what does that mean to be a crime scene technician? Like, what are your day-to-day duties and jobs as a crime scene technician?
I will go to a scene and process it, sometimes taking photographs, collecting evidence, processing evidence on scene, such as DNA swabs and things like that.
Can you, and I know you kind of touched on it there at the end, but just to kind of explain it to us a little bit more, what does that mean to actually process a scene? I know we've heard that phrase before. What does that actually mean?
So if I am trying to develop or search for fingerprints, you'll use something like fingerprint powder. If you need to collect DNA, you'll use sterile swabs, things like that.
And now to become a crime scene technician with the Ocala Police Department, to process these scenes and all that, do you have to go through any sort of training to hold the position you hold?
Yes.
What can you kind of tell us what some of that training or what that would look like or what that would be?
So with training, you go on scene with your trainer and they show you how to process the scene according to the policy.
Okay. And is it uncommon for there to be times when you process scenes and there's other crime scene technicians with you?
Are you saying is it uncommon?
Is it uncommon?
No.
Okay. And why is it not uncommon to sometimes have more than one crime scene technician help process or look at a scene?
They may have more experience than you do.
Is it also, are there other situations too where it could just also be based on volume or the nature of the evidence being collected or processed?
Correct.
Okay. Now, I want to kind of take your attention back to September 19th, 2024. Were you working with the Ocala Police Department in that job title you just described to us as a crime scene technician?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And did you respond to an address of 327 Southeast 32nd Ave regarding a shooting?
Yes.
Were you the only crime scene technician that went out to the scene that evening?
No.
Who else went with you that evening?
CST McDaniel.
Okay, and what's CST McDaniel's first name, just so we know?
John.
Okay. So when you and CST McDaniel go out there, without going into the contents of what it said, do you at least get some sort of briefing as to what occurred or what you might be looking for in terms of documenting or collecting evidence?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in these situations, are you always given the full picture, the full knowledge of what happened?
Yes.
Okay. Are there times, though, where evidence might be processed or documented that might not always be relevant to the case or to what occurred?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you what's already been introduced in the state's evidence. Can you just tell the members of the jury what we're looking at here?
This is a photograph of the scene.
Okay. And is this a photograph that you took?
Yes.
Okay. And is this that house that we just mentioned that was at 327 Southeast 32nd Ave?
Correct.
Okay. And just to confirm, what city and county was this located in?
It was in Marion County, Ocala.
Okay. And now, do you and crime scene technician McDaniel end up going inside of the home?
Yes.
And when you guys go inside of the home, kind of walk us through what is the first thing you do when processing or documenting a crime scene?
The first thing you do is either you video the home or you take photographs.
And did you take photographs in this case?
Yes.
And did you take photographs of the entirety of the inside of the house, the outside of the house, and the scene?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm also going to go to what's been previously marked as states 1, photograph number 3. Is this the scene that you observed when you first walked into the home?
Yes.
Now, I kind of want to circle back and ask you, when you respond to the scene, when you go in to document it, are you getting there right there when law enforcement is originally responding and actively getting to the scene, or do you show up at a different time?
I show up at a different time.
Can you kind of elaborate or explain to us why that is?
I am not a first responder, so when the officers show up on scene, they are the first responders. They do medical response, priority of life. Life is a priority, and then I respond after.
Okay. And at that point, is it safe to say the scene has been cleared and secured to where there's no threat or any safety concerns to you?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, I know some of these photos have already been introduced, but you said you also did take other photos of the house.
That is correct.
Now, do you also, when you go through and you see items of evidence, do you mark those items of evidence or those items that you might potentially collect or want to further document?
Correct.
How do you indicate or mark items of evidence that are of interest that you want to potentially collect or document or things of that nature?
How do I, can you?
Like, how do you like mark that that's an item of interest or something when you're taking these photos? Like, how do you mark something as a potential item for evidence?
We have evidence markers.
And what do those evidence markers look like?
They are yellow, kind of the shape of an open triangle, and they'll have either letters or numbers on them.
Okay. And what do you do with those evidence markers once you kind of take them out and use them?
I will place them down by the evidence, and then I'll make sure to take a photograph to document.
So you also take photographs documenting those evidence markers of the things that you might potentially collect or that might have some sort of a relevance or value to them.
Correct.
I'm showing defense what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit G for identification. Without showing the jury, if you don't mind, can you look through this and let me know if you recognize what that is?
These are the photographs that I took of the scene.
All right, and are those photographs fair and accurate depictions of what you observed, what you marked for evidence, and ultimately ended up collecting?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, State would move into evidence what's been previously marked as G for identification as State 7.
No objection.
Without objection, what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit G will be admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 7.
And Your Honor, I'm going to obviously publish kind of as we go, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's go to the first photo and State 7. Can you just kind of briefly explain to us what exactly we're looking at here?
This is the dining room table with the evidence markers that I described placed down.
Okay, and are those evidence markers those yellow things we see with the giant letters on them?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously there's kind of a lot we're looking at here on the table, but what is the purpose of those evidence markers that we see in this photograph? Is it to kind of draw our attention to those items?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to go through that. Do you end up collecting the items that are at each evidence marker?
Yes.
Okay. So let's kind of go through those one by one. I'm going to go to photograph 2. Can you just tell the members of the jury what we're looking at here?
It is a 9mm Glock firearm.
And did you end up collecting that firearm?
Yes.
Now, when I'm asking you the question of do you collect these items for evidence, can you kind of walk us just briefly through that process of what that means to collect items and how that's stored in evidence and what that looks like?
So when you collect an item, you place it in a bag, whether it be plastic or paper, depending on what the evidence is, and then you will submit it into the case file at the police department.
And Your Honor, I'm going to now show defense what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit H for identification. And I'm gonna give you, I have a little cutter here if you need to cut the tape or anything. Is if you don't mind, if you can open that up and let me know if you recognize it without showing it to the jury yet.
This is the firearm.
And is that firearm in the same or substantially similar condition as when you collected it?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state would move in evidence what's been previously marked as H for identification as states 8.
No objection.
Without objection, what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit H will be admitted in evidence as State's Exhibit 8.
I'll leave this over to you. And if I may publish to the jury, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Go to photograph number 3. We see kind of a couple different items here. If you can kind of just walk us through what each evidence marker is kind of identifying, and then we'll kind of go through each item one by one. So if we can kind of go in alphabetical order, start with B and then go through B.
Evidence marker number B marks a blue iPhone.
Okay.
Evidence.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Evidence marker C marks a MK18 5.56 rifle firearm. Evidence marker D is a magazine with live rounds inside. And then evidence marker E is a flower magazine.
And do you ultimately end up collecting all of these items at those markers that you just
That's correct.
Going to photograph number 4 of State's Exhibit 7. Is this just a closer up photo of the CD&E that we just explained to us?
That's correct.
And you said that marker number C was specifically marking which item?
The rifle.
And did you also end up collecting that rifle?
Yes.
And is that the same process that you just explained to us about where you collect the item, put it into evidence, and keep it for storage?
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, at this point in time, I'm now showing defense what's been previously marked as state's I for identification. Your Honor, if we can open it.
Yes,
so
sir.
defense can see it.
I would cut myself.
Yeah, I'll kind of come around to the side, but again, if you don't mind, if you can just look in here and let me know if you recognize that.
Yes.
What is that?
That is the rifle that I collected.
And is it in the same or substantially condition as when you recovered it?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state would move in evidence what's been previously marked as state's I for identification as state's 9.
No objection.
Without objection, what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit I will be admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 9.
If I can publish it.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go to the next photograph and State's Exhibit 7, which is going to be photograph number 5. Can you remind us what photograph, what that marker D is indicating, or what that's signifying?
The loaded magazine and also the loose live round.
Okay, and is that the magazine and live round that we see depicted in that photo?
Correct.
And same question I'm going to ask that I've kind of been asking, did you end up collecting that magazine and that live round?
That's correct.
Your Honor, I'm going to show what's been previously marked as State's J for identification to defense. If you don't mind, you can just look in there and let me know if you're right.
I'm going to open it.
Yes. And do you recognize what's in there?
Yes.
What's in that evidence bag?
The magazine that I collected.
And is that magazine and live round in the same or substantially condition as when you recovered it?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, State would move in evidence what's been previously marked as J for identification as State's 10.
May I ask a board hour question?
You may.
Officer Bolton,
Yes.
that magazine was actually on the side of the dining room table farthest from the kitchen, right?
Are you asking me that?
Yes, ma'am. Where on the table was it?
It's in front of the rifle
Right, and where was the rifle?
at the back of the table.
Farthest away from where the victim would have been seen.
I can't measure that.
Go back to the picture. There we go. That. So you don't know where the table was originally. Is that a fair statement?
Correct.
But the magazine you're referring to is on the side of the table away from the kitchen.
Correct.
No other questions? And I don't have an objection.
Well, that objection was marked for identification as State's Exhibit J will be admitted to evidence as State's Exhibit 10.
And if I'm close.
Yes, sir. Members of the jury state you're aware all items admitted into evidence as exhibits are sent with you to the jury room when you deliberate. You can inspect them as you see fit during your deliberations.
Now, I know you said in the photo, we also see it that the magazine was loaded and there was an extra round. Do you end up packaging the rounds and the magazines separately?
Yes.
Is there a reason why you do that?
It's our policy.
Okay. So it's not that that was necessarily exactly how the magazine was found. It's you take the rounds out and then put them in a separate package. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
But you did ultimately collect those rounds from that magazine.
Correct.
I'm going to show defense what's been previously marked as State's K for identification. Can you open that up within there and let me know if you recognize that? What's in that envelope?
The live rounds.
Okay, and those are the live rounds that we see that are in the magazine and the one loose one as marker D.
Correct.
And are those in the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered them on the day?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state would move in evidence what's been marked as K for identification as states 11.
No objection.
That objection was marked for identification, states exhibit K will be admitted in evidence as states exhibit 11.
Going to jump back to photo 4. So we've talked about the rifle at C, the magazine at D. Can you remind us what marker E is identifying as that you eventually collected?
The flower magazine.
I'm going to photograph number 6. Is that flower magazine that you were discussing with us?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you ultimately collect the flower magazine?
Yes.
Similar situation we see in the photo that there's rounds in that flower magazine. Did you do what you did with the other magazine where you took the rounds out and packaged those separately?
That's correct.
Okay. So let's go with the magazine first. I'm going to show defense what's been marked as states L for identification. You can open this up and let me know if you recognize what's inside.
It's the magazine.
Okay. And is that flower magazine in the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered it on September 19th of 2024?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state would move in evidence what's been previously marked as states L for identification as states 12.
No objection.
That objection was marked for identification, states exhibit L will be admitted to evidence as states exhibit 12.
And then also, Your Honor, I'm going to show defense previously marked as states N for identification.
So M is in Mike or N November?
N is in Mike. Same as you've been doing. If you don't mind, you can open that up and let me know if you recognize what's inside of there. Do you recognize what's in there?
Yes.
What's in that bag?
The live rounds that were in the magazine.
Okay. And are those live rounds the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered them on September 19th, 2024?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state would move in evidence what's been previously marked as M as in Mike for identification as states 13.
No objection.
That objection, states exhibit M will be admitted as states exhibit 13.
Well, I'm going to go back to photograph 1. Were there other items that you ended up collecting from this table that weren't necessarily marked by the evidence markers?
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of want to go through, can you kind of tell us where some of those items were that you ended up recovering from the table as well?
Under evidence marker D, there is a black rifle magazine.
Okay. And was that black rifle magazine, did it also have live rounds in there?
Yes.
Okay. What else besides the black magazine with the rounds inside the magazine did you recover from the table?
There were boxes of ammunition on the bottom. On the table.
So let's kind of go through those one by one. I'm going to show defense what's been previously marked as states N for identification as Nancy. You can open that up and let me know if you recognize that. What's in that bag?
The magazine.
Okay, and is that in the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered?
Yes.
Your Honor, state's going to move into evidence what's been previously marked as N for identification purposes as states 14.
No objection.
Without objection, State's Exhibit N will be admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 14.
I'm also going to show defense what's been previously marked as states O for identification. If you don't mind, you can just also look at that one in there and let me know if you recognize what's in the bag. Do you recognize what's in there?
Yes,
What's in that bag?
the live rounds that were in the magazine.
Okay, and are those in the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered them from the magazine on September 19th of 2024?
Yes,
Your Honor, at this point in time, state will move in evidence what's been marked as O for identification as states 15.
No objection.
Without objection, State's Exhibit O will be admitted as State's Exhibit 15.
You also stated, I believe you said that there was boxes of ammunition on the table as well too that you recovered?
that's correct.
How many boxes of ammunition were there?
2.
Your Honor, I'm gonna show defense what's been previously marked as states P and Q for identification. Can you please look in both of these bags and let me know if you recognize what's in both of those? Do you recognize what's in both of those bags?
Yes,
So can we start off with P? Is what's in that bag in the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered it?
yes,
Your Honor, at this point in time, state will move in evidence what's been previously marked as P for identification as state 16,
No objection.
State's P will be admitted as State's Exhibit 16.
and as well as for for what's been marked as Q for identification. Is that in the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered it?
yes,
Your Honor, the state would move into evidence what's been previously marked as Q for identification as state 17.
No objection.
State's Q will be admitted as State's Exhibit 17.
Now, looking at this photograph that I have up here, which is state 7, photograph number 1, we see the evidence markers that you were discussing on the table. We also see one that's number or letter F that's on the floor. What was F marking or identifying?
the shell casing.
And is this that same evidence marker F that we were just discussing?
Yes,
And is that the shell casing in the photo that you were just explaining to us that you observed or collected at that spot?
yes,
Your Honor, I'm going to show defense what's been previously marked as R for identification purposes.
No objection.
If you don't mind, can you open this up and just let me know if you recognize that? Do you recognize that?
yes,
What is that?
the shell casing.
And is that in the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered it?
Yes,
Your Honor, at this point in time, state we move in evidence what's been previously marked as states R, bless you, bless you again, states R for identification as states 18.
No objection.
State's Exhibit R will be admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 18.
And if I may publish that to the jury.
Yes, sir.
Now, was this dining room table the only area of the house that you documented and or collected evidence from?
No,
Okay. Was there also items of evidence that you documented or collected that were like in the living room area in front of the couch?
that is correct.
Okay. What did you end up documenting or collecting in that room of the residence?
A black iPhone.
I'm going to show you what's photograph number 8 and State's Exhibit 7. This is kind of that zoomed out photo, but is that what we see marked by evidence marker G in this photograph? Is that phone that you were just discussing?
Yes,
I'm going to zoom in. Is that the same evidence marker that we were discussing?
yes,
And did you ultimately end up collecting that phone?
yes.
Your Honor, I'm going to show defense what's been previously marked as State's S for identification. Do you recognize this?
Yes,
What is that?
the black iPhone.
And is that the same or substantially or similar condition as when you recovered it?
Yes,
Your Honor, State removing evidence what's been previously marked as State's S for identification, as State's 19.
No objection.
Without objection, State's Exhibit S will be admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 19.
So I kind of want to reorient because we've talked about the items you collected off the table as well as the phone that was in the living room area. Did you also document and take photographs of other rooms of the house?
yes,
Did you ultimately make a determination or find the area where you believe the projectile went or where came to a stop?
yes.
What room of the house did you believe that the projectile was at?
The kitchen.
And looking at this photograph 3 of States 1, or I'm sorry, States 2, is where is the kitchen in relation to this scene that we're looking at? This kind of let us know where the kitchen's at.
Behind where the chair is located.
Now let's go to photograph number 10. Is this that chair that we saw in the last photo?
Yes,
And can you just kind of tell the members of the jury the purpose of taking this photo and what we're seeing on the chair?
I took the photo to document the possible blood located on the chair.
And can you just kind of highlight to the members of the jury the areas on the chair where the suspected blood was at?
The back wrist area.
Going to photograph number 11, is this that same chair?
Yes,
Photograph 12, can you let the members of the jury know what you're documenting in this photograph?
the possible blood located on the floor.
Photograph 13, what are you documenting with this photo?
The south wall with the black chalk board located on it with possible blood spatter on it.
And where on that wall are you seeing the possible blood spatter? Just kind of point us out to that area.
Located beneath the chalkboard.
And can you let us know what we see here in photograph number 14?
And overall of like the entryway into the kitchen, but you can also see on both walls possible blood spatter.
And in this photo here, can you also see that bullet hole that you referenced that was in the kitchen?
Yes,
Can you just kind of point the members of the jury where that bullet hole is that you see it in the photo?
straight ahead on that south wall.
And is this a closer up photo of that bullet hole that you were just discussing?
Yes,
And can you kind of describe where that was in relation to the kitchen area that we were looking at?
it's straight ahead in the kitchen on that south wall.
Your Honor, if I can just have a moment to confer.
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
Any cross-examination?
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, you can take that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have any idea how many different police officers had been in the house before you went?
No,
Do you have any idea what had been touched or moved before you entered the house?
no,
For instance, the rifle on the dining room table, you marked it and photographed it in the position you found it.
that's correct.
Do you know how it got in that position?
No.
Do you know that an OPD officer had picked it up and then put it back down on the table where you found it?
No.
Nobody told you that?
No.
And you found a fired cartridge casing on the floor.
That's correct.
And in where approximately?
Behind the table.
On the side away from the kitchen.
Correct.
Do you have any idea whether it had been kicked by a police officer before you found it?
No.
And you found a hole in the kitchen wall, right?
Yes.
And eventually you and Mr. McDaniel found the projectile in that wall
Correct.
after you tore into the wall.
Correct.
And before you tore the wall up, you held the tape measure up and took a picture to presumably demonstrate the height of the hole from the floor. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you take any measurements of the chair that was sitting in the kitchen entry?
No.
Did you have an understanding of what the significance of that chair was?
That is where the victim was seated previously.
Is it your understanding, based on what you were told, that she was sitting in that chair when the bullet struck her?
Yes.
Do you think it would have been helpful to know how high the back of the chair was and where her head would have been in relation to the back of the chair? Wouldn't that make the hole in the wall mean a little bit more?
I can't answer that.
I'm not sure which exhibit number this is, but do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
This is one of the photographs you took.
Yes.
And this one depicts your easels, B, C, D, and E. Is that right?
Correct.
And in the middle of the photo, there's some kind of aluminum can in a sleeve. Is that right?
Correct.
Did you look at that?
No.
Why not?
It did not seem of any evidentiary value.
Why?
That's not what we were looking for on scene.
Did anybody tell you to look for alcohol?
No.
Nobody told you to look for alcohol?
No.
Did you see any alcohol on the kitchen counters, in the sink, a cup, with something that looked like alcohol? Anywhere in the living room, do you find an alcohol container?
I do not recall.
You don't remember?
No.
Do you remember what this was?
No.
What is it? What does it say on the top of the can?
Raspberry acai green tea.
I don't have any other questions.
State any redirect examination.
No, Your Honor.
Members of the jury, any of y'all have any questions of this witness? If you do, raise your hand. Write it down on a clean sheet of paper. Counsel will approach. I'm going to put the noise on, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Oh, Council, we have another question. Come on up. Ms. Bolton, the jury has written 2 questions. I'm going to ask them of you, okay, exactly as they are written. The revolver in the picture seems to have a magazine attached. The picture shows an additional magazine on the table for the revolver. The revolver presented into evidence seems to have no magazine. Were there 1 or 2 magazines for the revolver?
The firearm that was letter A, marked letter A.
I'm only going to ask you exactly what they have written.
From my recollection, in the photograph, there was no magazine in the firearms on the table.
Next question. How many rounds in the magazine?
From the Flower magazine, there were 25 live rounds. From the 9mm Luger, there were 7 live rounds located inside. And from the rifle magazine, the black rifle magazine that was under evidence marker D, there were 25 live rounds located inside.
State any follow-up.
1 second, Your Honor. Just to ask kind of a clarifying question, because I know you were kind of asking, so I'm going to clarify that. We saw two firearms, one at marker A and the other one at marker B. Going with marker A, that handgun, was there a magazine inside of that handgun?
No.
Was there a magazine that would have fit inside that handgun located on the table?
Yes.
And where was that magazine found?
Located at evidence marker D.
Okay. The AR style rifle we saw, was there a magazine inside of that rifle?
From my recollection, no.
Okay. The flower magazine and the black rifle magazine, would those have fit potentially in that AR rifle?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
Defense, any follow-up?
No, sir.
Members of the jury, any additional questions? If so, raise your hands. Okay, seeing no hands, is she released, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
No objection.
All right, man, you're free to go about your day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
State, how long do you think the next witness will take?
10 minutes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and I'll let you call your next witness.
Your Honor, State's going to call John McDaniel to the stand.
And then we'll break for lunch. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, Your Honor.
I do.
You can be seated, sir.
And Your Honor, before I begin, if I can have access.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. If you don't mind, can you just introduce yourself and spell your name for the record?
My name is John McDaniel, MC, capital DANIEL.
And where do you currently work?
I currently work at Ocala Police Department as a civilian crime scene tech.
How long have you been a crime scene technician with the Ocala Police Department?
With Ocala Police Department, 8 years.
Did you have any prior law enforcement experience before working with the Ocala Police Department?
Yes, I did. I spent 31 years in Cedar Rapids, Iowa as a sworn law enforcement officer in various positions.
So kind of want to take your attention to September 19th, 2024, September 20th. I know kind of late evening hours, early morning hours. Were you working on that night, that morning?
No, I was not. I was at home and received a phone call.
Okay. But you ultimately came in to assist with processing a scene at 327 Southeast 32nd Avenue?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Can you just kind of briefly explain to the members of the jury what you observed when you were first able to go inside of the scene?
When I was first able to go in, I did a video of the scene inside. As I walked in the door, it's a little hallway that's right into the living room area. If you walk straight ahead, you come to the dining room area, which the victim was laying on the floor. On the right side of the dining room area next to the entryway of the kitchen. I then also observed the dining room table had a bunch of cluttered stuff on it, to include some firearms and a bunch of other items on it. As I walked through, I noticed what appeared to be at that time a bullet hole on the far wall, which would be the south wall of the kitchen area. There was also a chair that was between the kitchen and dining room, a wooden chair that appeared to have some blood on it.
And I'm going to show you what's already been introduced as State's Exhibit 7, photograph 14. Is this kind of that chair and bullet hole that you were just describing to us?
Yes, it is.
Okay. The other question I kind of want to circle back, and I kind of jumped ahead and I apologize, is when you arrived on scene, were you the only crime scene technician that was on the scene that evening?
No, I was not. CST Daryl and Bolton was already on scene upon my arrival.
Now, once you get to scene, is it something where she's processing and looking at other items of evidence and you're doing other items of evidence, or are you guys kind of working in tandem?
At this time, we were not allowed to enter the residence at the time of my arrival. We had kind of talked about what we were going to do, and we were going to work the scene together, basically side by side, having our own little jobs that we did, though.
So we just heard from Ms. Bolton, everything we heard about her processing, taking photographs of evidence. Were you then, my understanding is, next to her and with her the entire time that was happening?
Yes, I would have been, unless one of us would have walked out to one of the crime scene vans to get a tool or something.
Now, let's talk about that bullet hole. Do you guys end up documenting and photographing the hole in the wall as well as the round itself?
Yes, we did.
How did you get the round out of the wall?
I ended up starting at the bullet hole and taking a saw and slowly working my way down, making sure that I did not miss the bullet along the way. That could have been stopped by a 2x4 or something.
And did you also take measurements of how high that bullet hole was off of the ground?
Yes, I did. Had a tape measure placed there, and it was between 48 and 49 inches, if I recall correctly.
And did you also take photographs of those measurements when you did those?
Yes, Miss Bolton did.
And Your Honor, I'm going to show defense what's been previously marked as T for identification. Without showing the jury yet, if you don't mind, can you just look through those and let me know if you recognize those?
Yes, I do.
What are those?
These are photographs of the bullet hole and then the measurement and then the procedure as I was cutting the wall.
And do those photos fairly and accurately depict what you just described to us of the bullet hole, the measurement, and the procedures to extract the bullet from the wall?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state will move into evidence what's been previously marked as T for identification as states 20.
No objection.
What's been previously marked for identification will be admitted to evidence as State's Exhibit 20.
And if I may publish, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
So going to states 20 photograph 1, can you just tell the jury what this is?
That is the bullet hole that's on the south wall of the kitchen.
Going to photograph number 2, is this what you were describing to us earlier about that process you did with the tape measure?
Yes, that's me holding the tape measure.
Okay, so if that's you holding the tape measure, I think you might have told us earlier, but I'm going to ask anyways, who was the person who took the photograph?
CST Bolton.
And this was that measurement that you were telling us earlier about how high the bullet hole was from the ground.
Yes, it is.
Now, you also, if you don't mind, if you kind of can redo it just briefly, is what was that process you did to kind of get to that projectile that was located?
I had a saw and I started sawing to the side of the bullet hole, trying to figure out if the bullet hole or if the projectile was lodged in a piece of wood or if it kept falling in a downward angle.
And is this that process that you're talking about where you cut out that piece of the wall?
Yes, that's the end result.
Were you able to end up recovering the projectile?
Yes, I was.
Where did you end up locating or finding the projectile?
It was in the very bottom on the floor where the wall is inside the wall itself.
And just to confirm, so it was the projectile, because we see that marker H. What is marker H identifying or highlighting this to?
H marks the projectile that was in the wall.
Now, I see that H is kind of on the outside of the wall. Was the projectile found there outside the wall or inside the wall, just in that general area?
It was inside the wall. However, by the time I got down to it, there was sheetrock dust that had basically covered it. So at that time, you couldn't really photograph it. So I pulled it out and placed it in front to be photographed.
Did you also end up collecting that projectile?
Yes, it was collected.
Your Honor, I'm showing defense what's been previously marked for identification purposes as states U. This is a little cutter. If you need it, if you don't mind, can you open that up and let me know if you recognize what's inside?
Yes, I do.
And what is in that little manila envelope?
It is the projectile that I collected from the wall.
And is that projectile in the same or substantially similar condition as when you recovered it from the wall?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state we move into evidence what's been previously marked for identification purposes as states U as states 21.
No objection.
Without objection, what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit U will be admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 21.
And before I publish that to the jury, I'm going to show Mr. McDaniel, that's photograph number 5. Is that just a closer up photo of where the wall was cut out and that projectile that you found?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to also show photograph number 6. Is this that projectile?
Yes, it is.
And if I also may publish to the jury, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know a lot of these items were documented and photographed on scene, but did you also end up taking photographs of some of these items later on at the evidence lab or police station?
Yes, some were photographed there.
And were some of the photographs you ended up taking of the Glock handgun that was recovered from this?
Yes, they were.
Your Honor, I'm going to show the defense what's been previously marked for identification purposes as V as in Victor. You can look at these and just let me know if you recognize those.
Yes, I do.
What are those photographs of?
These photographs is of a Glock 43 9mm handgun.
And did you actually take those photos?
Yes, I did.
And do those photos fairly and accurately depict the way the handgun looked when it was recovered?
Yes, they do.
Your Honor, at this point in time, state with moving evidence what's been previously marked for identification purposes as V, as states 22.
No objection.
The state's exhibit B will be admitted to evidence as state's exhibit 22.
And if I can just publish to the jury.
Yes, sir.
Is this that handgun that you were just talking to us about?
Yes, it is.
Now, in this photo, are you able to make a determination? Actually, let me back up real quick. Are you familiar with handguns?
Yes, I am.
And as a trained or previously sworn officer, did you carry a handgun on you for duty purposes?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Glock handguns?
Yes, I am.
Looking at this photograph, are you able to make a determination if there's a magazine in the handgun?
Yes, I am. There's no magazine in the handgun.
And do you recall when the handgun was recovered from the scene, was there a magazine located inside of the handgun?
There was not, no.
And then I'm going to go to photograph 2 of State's Exhibit VR22. And can you just kind of briefly tell the members of the jury, we see kind of a substance on this side of the handgun. What was that substance, or what were you believing that substance to be?
It was blood on the handgun.
Your Honor, if I can just have a brief moment to confirm.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
I want to circle back to one thing you had said earlier, Mr. McDaniel. I just kind of wanted to get some clarification on it. You had made a comment or a reference that there was a point in time where you guys were not allowed into the scene yet. What was the reason or what was the purpose that you guys were not allowed into the scene initially?
Detectives were writing a search warrant to get a search warrant for the residence.
And during that time when you were not allowed in and you were waiting for that search warrant, was there anybody allowed to be in or out of the residence at that time?
No, there was not.
Okay. And when you guys went into the house to process, document, and collect items of evidence, was there anybody else that was non-law enforcement that was allowed into the house or anything of that nature?
Did you say non-law enforcement?
Non-law enforcement.
The only person that would have been in the house at some point would have been the medical examiner investigator.
Okay. And would the medical examiner investigator been involved in your process of collecting or documenting evidence?
No, she was not.
Your Honor, at this point in time, I have no further questions.
Cross-examination.
Briefly. Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel. Yeah, you can take the phone.
Thank you.
I won't hand you anything to need them for. All right. You handle dealing with projectile in the wall. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And the significance of taking a picture that demonstrated how far from the floor the bullet hole was for what?
Basically, to just document how high the bullet hole was when we're going to tear a wall apart or something. I always like to document the scene.
Did you have an understanding, obviously because somebody told you, that the victim had originally been positioned in the chair that was in the entrance to the kitchen?
Yes, I was.
Did you make any attempt to measure the chair? Do you have any idea how much of her head was above the chair? Anything like that? You did.
We did a feral scan of the residence. The chair had been moved to a certain degree. The table had also. I would have to estimate the back of the chair at probably being 35, 36 inches high.
Is that based on the Faro scale?
Yes.
Or are you just ballpark?
Kind of ballparking it from a wooden chair, but
Okay.
if I did look, I could give that measurement.
And Mr. O'Neill, had you identify what looks like blood on the block handle? Right.
That is correct.
The Glock handgun was located laying on the corner of the table, right?
That is correct.
You have any idea where it was before you found it on the table?
I was advised that it was moved from the victim's lap area prior to her being placed onto the ground.
So blood on the gun, if it was in her lap, is not a shock.
No.
Were you told that the rifle that was collected had been moved before you found it?
That I don't recall. I do recall that the table had been moved.
How about the couch?
I was not made aware of that. No,
The table beside the couch?
I was not made aware of that.
Did you prepare a report in connection with your involvement in this case?
No, I did not, because CST Bolton did such a detailed report and included all the items that we did at the scene.
Did you submit an evidence narrative that said you were going to do a report on September 24th?
Yes, I did.
23rd, I'm sorry, 2024.
Yes, I did. And then I read CST Bolton's report.
At your supplement?
Yes,
It says you're going to do a supplement,
that was it. Yes.
and you never did.
No.
I don't have any other questions.
Any redirects, Dave?
No, Your Honor.
Members of the jury, any of y'all have questions of this witness? If you do, please raise your hand. Is this witness released?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
No objection.
Sir, you're free to go about your day. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
Members of the jury, it's about 10 after 12. This would be a good point to break for lunch. Your lunches have arrived. We're going to pick back up at 1 o'clock. Some instructions over the lunch hour. Your notepads, as with every other section, hang here in the courtroom face down. Deputy Boucher will guard them, pick them up while you're at lunch. Over the lunch break, again, you cannot communicate with anybody about the case. You cannot discuss the case among yourselves. Okay, remember, you cannot have those discussions until you go back to actually deliberate. Okay. If you use your cell phones or other electronic devices, you cannot use them to communicate about the case or about the people or places involved in the case. You cannot use them to try to get any information about the case in any form or fashion whatsoever. Okay. So with that said, I hope you enjoy your lunch, and I will see you all back at lunch.
Patterson.
hear some discussions about a photograph over there. You anticipate meeting me earlier than 1 o'clock?
Yes, I don't think so. No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll see you back at 1 o'clock when we get in. Be in recess. we're ready to bring the jury back in?
Just one quick matter I wanted to address with the court, Your Honor, while the jury is out.
Yes, sir.
It's not obviously the next witness. In fact, there's two more witnesses before the FDLE expert. However, as I discussed previously with the court, Mr. Taddy, my intention is to have Ms. Killinger be able to kind of demonstrate some things with the AR style rifle specifically and things of that nature. I just wanted to have an opportunity to have the lock removed from the firearm before she testifies. I didn't know if that's something the court would rather have done now, or if we're going to just naturally take a break before her and have it done at that point. Just that way it's not being taken off and removed in front of the jury.
Defense wish to be heard.
What's wrong with taking it off in front of the jury?
I mean, we can take it off in front of the jury.
I see no issue with that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Take half a second.
I mean, it's a key, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no objection to the demonstration with an appropriate witness.
Yes.
Hopefully she's an appropriate witness.
I would hope. We'll see. All right. Who's the next witness, State?
Your Honor.
Karen Patterson, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get the jury brought back in. It's Patterson, Kern, Killinger,